how to do a plot twist, like Inside No.9. Take this episode, called Tom and Jerry. We're introduced to a character who isn't happy in their job.
How are you getting on with your marking?
It's all right. I'm giving them all a wow stamp and every fifth one gets a brilliant.
So within the first 5 minutes of this 30-minute episode, we get a really good idea of who this type of character is.
Only got 20s. Haven't got any change, have you?
I might have a little bit in my cup.
Overall, he's a bit of a dick.
Sounds like the kind of shit they tore around old people's homes.
So based off this character, the audience will immediately know that somewhere along this storyline, he's going to have to learn how to come off his high horse and treat people with more respect. So, the best antagonist for this protagonist would be someone who can help him come off that high horse. Someone who literally reflects everything he seems to have contempt for in the world.
Mig.
Sorry?
My name's Mig.
So this antagonist perfectly plays to our protagonist's weaknesses, his intellectual pride, and his fear of social conflict. And just like any good story, the conflict between the antagonist and the protagonist needs to push the character to his very limit. Basically, either he will break or he will be forged into a new, stronger, better human being, which is what we're told by cinema always happens to us.
Oh, fuck this!
So how has the director shown this transition from egotistical to essentially completely destroyed? We begin the episode with lots of light, golden, warm, it looks happy. By the end of the episode, it's now desaturated. There are a lot of green tones in the scene as well. Basically, all of that golden light has disappeared. Now, over to set decoration. At the beginning of the episode, the flat feels very ordered. It's lived in, but mostly clean. With each and every scene, the flat gets messier and messier and messier until it gets to the point where it's literally an utter pigsty. We also see this transition in the clothes that he wears. At the beginning of the episode, he looks very smart, very presentable. By the end of the episode, he literally looks like the hobo that he ridiculed at the beginning of the episode. Also, the acting style has changed. At the beginning of the episode, the protagonist is very confident. He's cocky. He's egotistical. By the end of the episode, he's weak. He's feeble looking. His demeanor has completely changed. This can easily be seen in the way in which the characters give and receive money, the £20 notes, at the beginning and end of the episode. If you're enjoying today's episode, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, maybe just whack all the buttons below the image, please. Cheers, thank you. So what does this have to do with plot twists in Inside No.9? Well, we know at the midpoint we get our first main plot twist. This is when we learn that the antagonist has been hiding all of the messages and letters coming through to the house to completely cut our protagonist off from the world, essentially turning his life into a complete shambles, breaking it down so he can sap all of the money and life out of him. This plot twist lets us realize that the antagonist in the scenes that we thought was completely harmless isn't so harmless, and so now every action that he's done before and from this point on will be coloured, tainted by this revelation that he actually had an ulterior motive all along. But they don't just rely on one twist to make sure that we're still on our toes, but we don't know where this is going to go. When it's revealed to him that maybe this antagonist isn't actually real.
There is no Mig.
What?
Many little moments in the episode make total sense.
Have you seen that tramp down there? Between the parked cars down there, look.
I can't see anything.
Meg, who's Meg?
Hey, it's just a friend. Jerry!
Oh, morning, Tom.
And then the audience is given a reasonable argument as to why the character might have been in his head all along.
You're just a primary school teacher who had a nervous breakdown.
After this big plot twist, we then get a similar twist in the style. Everything becomes warm again. There's light back in the flat. The flat has been cleaned. His attire is completely changed. He, in fact, looks even more dapper and sharp than he did at the beginning of the episode. He's no longer wearing glasses. He looks like a completely different man, which opens the doors to the big plot twist at the end of the episode.
Jerry! Where's she gone? Stevie's here!
Tom,
She was just here.
Jerry died, Tom. Remember?
We get a final plot twist, one that we're not expecting because we feel as though there has been a satisfying conclusion to the story. And this, I think, is what's actually the secret sauce to the satisfying plot twist in this show. And it's completely tied again to the journey of the character. So they've taken the audience's expectation of the character evolving and becoming a better human being, just like all of the other stories that we normally consume, and they flip it on its head, which is why this show is so legendary, why it's seen as a dark comedy, because it always takes a different perspective on the way we change as human beings. Instead of this character becoming a better human being, he's completely doubled down on his trauma and literally cannot see reality for what it really is.
Oh, that's just Mig. He's not real. Come and have a coffee.
So the character is able to transcend the expected behaviours because each plot twist is completely, integrally connected to the character's inner psychological journey. And by understanding that we don't always have to make them a better person, we can also subvert the expectations of the audience and create a really satisfying plot twist. You made it to the end of the episode. You must have really enjoyed it. So, if you know any filmmakers or storytellers or cinephiles in your life, don't forget to share it with them.